Hello, people. Well, today is a very special treat because it's not just a friend Friday. It's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend Friday. Because I know somebody who worked with somebody who dated somebody who did a movie with Kevin Bacon and, well, never mind, it's a long story. Anyway, my friend of a friend of a friend Friday today is none other than Olga Karavaeva. Karavaeva. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Maybe it's better. Karavaeva?
Karavaeva is perfect.
I did it well.
You did
Because
it
if I
well.
didn't do it well, the other way I could do it is I could just say like, I could do like say Olga and you say your last name and I'll pretend to say that. Let's try that. This is Olga
Karavaeva.
See, and I was lip syncing.
That's awesome.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
You have a fascinating story.
Thank you.
Because Olga is a juggler.
So we're gonna do something fun. So I'll do just 3
Uh-huh.
balls. That's pretty easy.
So you're from Russia.
Yes.
What
that's
part of
correct.
Russia?
I was actually, well, I tell people that I'm from Siberia, but
Mhm.
it's sort of a lie. My house is in Siberia right now, but I was born by the Black Sea, which is Ukraine.
Right.
And that was before Russia and Ukraine separated and all that crazy stuff.
So your house is in Siberia now. What happened? They moved your house?
That's easy. Boom. Well, they didn't move my house, but my family moved, and
To there.
I say that's where my home is.
Wow.
Boom.
Well, you know, our concept, the American concept of Siberia, is not is like this cold, frigid, isolate, desolate, horrible place where they send you if you're bad.
And the bears walking around.
And the bears are walking around. That's not true.
That's not true anymore. It's a very advanced, actually,
Yes.
place. And this is what usually people do when they
Right.
start juggling. This is actually a trick, so it's not a regular pattern.
It's not the kind of place you think of. Where are you going to go vacation? I'm going to go to Siberia.
Which-
You don't think of that.
Which, yes, but which often is my answer because that's what I do for vacation, to go see my family.
Exactly.
So I do go to Siberia.
She has 3 balls and I have 1. That's a good start.
That's a good start. The reason you have 1 ball because if you're not very good.
What are you
yet,
saying, Olga?
My
Your
uncle
uncle.
and aunt were in the circus, yeah.
You joined the circus when you were 14.
Yes, that's
Every
correct.
child's fantasy, Olga actually got to do.
I ran away with the circus.
What was it like?
It was amazing, and when I was little, I always wanted to be like my aunt, so I always wanted to be in a circus. So when I turned 14, I didn't even know what's going to happen to me. I said when I'm 18, I'll go to the circus and I'll clean after the animals or something.
You
Something
just wanted to be involved
there.
in the circus.
Yeah, and it just happened, circumstances. I just went earlier, and I said, I don't want to clean after the animals. I want to be a performer. So I started practicing like 6 hours a day.
Well, it didn't just happen because you obviously had to start. When did you start juggling?
When I was around 16 years old. It was
Boom,
cross,
boom,
cross,
it's cross, cross.
Yes.
So I would think that it goes.
So I just want to see
This
where you're
has to
at.
go up,
Right.
and then this. This has to go up like this has to go up like that.
Oh, yeah, I really wanted to be an aerial artist, but in Russia, here's the thing. If you go to circus school and
Yes.
your hips are a little too big,
Yes.
you will get rejected.
It's kind of like American Idol. They have someone that's like, your hips are too big.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
So your
if you're
hips were
talented.
too wide to do aerial?
Yeah, they said it just wouldn't look as graceful as other girls would.
Wow.
And
You know, you say things sort of flippantly, like when you go to circus school in Russia.
So, throw, catch.
Throw, catch. Before Russia became Russia,
Mm-hmm.
when it was the Soviet Union, all of those things were paid for by the state. If someone was a great pianist, or they had proclivity for gymnastics, or for aerial, or for whatever, the state paid for those things. You were born in a time when that transition was happening, and everything, and a democracy was trying to go into place. So, was that a shock for your family? Throw, catch.
Perfect.
That's too low. Throw, way
No,
out.
bring it closer to your second ball. I do remember the part where we were only allowed to buy a certain amount of bread and things like that. You just sort of threw.
Okay.
Maybe a little higher. Yes,
Sorry.
that's perfect.
Living in the United States now, when you see the way people live, how did that compare to the way you grew up?
When I was little, I would wear the same pair of shoes for 4 seasons. So when I come here and people buy all these things and spoilers everywhere, it's kind of ridiculous. Higher. Yes,
Sorry.
that's perfect.
Did you consider yourself poor?
I was very poor, yes.
Did you have a sense of that when you were little, or was everybody poor?
I actually did have a sense because I would always go to school and I see girls wearing jeans. I didn't get my first pair of jeans when I was probably until I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And I see girls wearing jeans and all these different outfits. I had 1 or 2 outfits that I would wear to school.
That you would just change, like a
Yes.
Monday you would wear it on Tuesday, then Wednesday you'd wear the
Yeah.
same thing you wore Monday.
Yes. So
Wow.
it was, I was pretty poor. Yeah.
Pretty poor. You know how we did the lip syncing thing where I said your name and you said your last name? We could try this where you're standing behind me and juggling and it looks like I'm juggling.
Actually,
I'm all for smoke and mirrors, Olga. Was it possible to have dreams?
Well, I went to the circus, which was almost like, oh wow, it happened.
It's a
it
fantasy.
Happened, yes. But then once you're there, you realize, oh, other people make more money because they go overseas and they do shows there, and that's how they make their money and come back and they sort of rich. So then I wanted to do that, and it just happened that I came to America. And when I got here, and I thought, wow, they were paying us maybe $20 a day. I remember, because we didn't do anything yet. We just came in. We didn't work. We were not
when
on
you came
a
to
contract
America?
Yet. Yeah.
$20 a day.
Just for food and stuff like that.
They paid for your where you
They
put
paid for
you
everything. Yeah, they paid.
and you get a little extra spending money.
Yes, a little spending, and I thought, wow, I would have to work so much in Russia to make that money, because my parents now, they make $200 a month.
$200 a month.
Yes, and the prices, and I always thought, well, when I go back to Russia, I can buy so many things because I have way more money. When I go to Russia, the prices are almost identical as in America. So when I go there, I'm kind of stressed
Really?
and upset because, yes, it's not
$200 a month. Have they visited you here?
Not yet.
How long have you been in the United States?
10 years.
10 years.
And I visited them maybe two times.
Oh my God.
I know. It's pretty crazy.
That's hard.
It's very hard. But you know, you do what you gotta do.
They must be very proud of you though.
They are very proud. They said, follow your dream.
Follow
if
your
that's
dream.
what you want to do it. But do it hard. Work on it every single day.
Maybe
Oh.
right, left. Yeah, that was
Okay,
better.
so that's good.
So when you started showing that you had an interest and a gift for juggling and circus things and stuff, they encouraged it.
Yes. 3 balls.
Wait,
Start with
Vezmir.
your right hand.
Did they say Oi Vezmir in Russia? It's Yiddish, but for meaning.
Which one is that? And my mom was the biggest fan of it.
Oi, it's
Oi.
Jewish.
Oh, Jewish. We say
There's a
that in
lot of
Russia,
Russian
too.
Jews.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be.
So that's why.
Okay,
I recognized
going
it.
on.
When I was 16, she let me go to America with my uncle and aunt, and she said, "Just go. I would
Wow.
love for you to do this."
And see the world and have an experience. I'm nervous. I'm shaking a little bit. You're living not only America, you're living in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
where there is a lot of spoiling
Yes.
and a lot of people complaining.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, catch.
1, 2, what?
So, and when I hear people complain, I always say, "Why don't you go with me to Russia, so you can get a perfect perspective of what other people have. What you have is brilliant." While you try 2 balls, just do this.
Oh, I've only got
1,
2. How
2,
could I do
3.
3 if I've only got 2?
Just pretend you have a 3rd ball.
Happiness is a state of mind. I don't want to pretend I have a 3rd ball. It sounds painful and hands won't fit as well. Happiness is not something that we attain by having more.
It's true.
Happiness, there are people who are extremely poor who have happy, productive, loving, peaceful, wonderful lives.
Yes.
Who affect other people and make change and give. 1, 2.
Alright. One time I actually did a show in Florida where one of the girls weren't available, so I had to actually do some tricks on the elephant.
Like juggle on the
And-
elephant?
No, I wasn't juggling, but I had to come up and grab the little things that the elephant had attached to
Ears?
And the elephant would spin me around.
Oh my
It
God.
was so fun.
Did you get to rehearse it before you did it?
I did.
Thank
yeah.
God, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be on a spinning elephant unless I had prepared for that.
Yeah.
What if I try being half of a juggling team?
They told me, make sure your body is straight, make sure you're straight, strong, because
Right.
if you don't, then just animal will step on you. So
Will
things
kill
like that
you.
being told. Yeah. Okay. I'm used to it.
Look at us!
Yeah!
We're a juggling team! Oh my
Now we
God!
can have an act. Oh, that was perfect.
That was really, really good.
That was-
Do you think that your ability to juggle and keep your eye on different things and doing things at the same time has helped you mathematically in your head to multitask in your world? I know that sounds silly, but is there a correlation?
They actually do say if you're good in mathematics, you would be good in juggling.
Wow! Oh my God!
When I practice constantly, every day,
You work every day, you practice?
I try.
Is it sometimes like I'm going to watch TV and I'm practicing.
And we can do this. And
Change the
together.
channel, remote, juggle the remote.
And I go straight into 4.
Oh my goodness.
I can juggle and watch TV at the same time.
Sure.
It would not.
So can I. Oh, that's beautiful.
I notice when I do practice every day, if I sit and work on my computer or something and something is falling and crumbling, I can catch
Bam.
it while I'm doing
Kind of like a
something on the computer.
superhero.
Yes.
You could be like,
Yes. Or if somebody throws something at me by accident, I see and I can grab it, and I know exactly where it's gonna land. And I
Okay,
can
but
grab
the
it.
bigger question is, why are people throwing things at you, Olga? The other thing you could do is, like, if you take 3 balls and you juggle them, go ahead, face the camera, and then I'll just kind of do this. So it's helped you in lots of ways.
Yeah.
Juggle is helping you juggle men.
I can definitely juggle men.
You can?
That's easy.
What do you want
What do
next?
I want?
What's
I want a successful career. I want a great family, and I have a bunch of kids. Oh, this is a little low here.
Yeah, it's hard. I have learned as a father to do everything with one hand. I have a baby in this hand. I type with one hand. I change a diaper with one hand. I can do everything with one hand. Not very well, mind you. It takes a really long time to do very little.
But I'm a pro. I can do it.
Notice that there's not a lot of crystal around. Do you balance things on your face?
I do.
Really?
Yes.
I ask everyone that.
You know, things like that. So once
Oh,
you get
yeah,
to
I'll rehearse that at
yeah.
home. I wish these were soft so you could be like, bang.
They're pretty soft compared to Russian clubs. In Russia, they're made out of wood.
Everything's harder in Russia.
It is.
That's general theme of this interview. First of all, if you're born with white hips, you can't go to circus school. I'd like for you to juggle our 3 cameras, and we're going to turn them on and have the perspective of the running camera. So if you were being juggled by Olga, this is what it would feel like, and this is what it would look like. Will you do that?
I'm ready. Let's try it.
Okay, all right. Okay,
So
it's actually
recording?
running, I believe.
Okay.
That's great. That's great. That's good.
Okay.
Whew! I'm a little dizzy just from thinking about it.